So like many photographers, I'm sure, the Northern Lights are one of those things that I've always wanted to photograph. I did try to shoot them in the UK. I drove up to the east coast of Scotland one night when the Aurora looked particularly active, but I didn't see a single thing. But this time I've really increased my chances by coming here to Senja in Northern Norway. Now, the landscape is absolutely spectacular. So in the day, I'm going to be shooting lots of landscapes, but at night, fingers crossed, I'm really hoping to see those Aurora. And for all my images, I'm going to be using this, the Nikon D850. I've gave it a little bit of a test in the UK, but here I've got several days where I'm going to be shooting all sorts of subjects and I can really put it through its paces. So for a few of these shots, I'm using a Lee Filters SW150 filter set, and at the moment I'm using a 0.6 ND soft grad. And all that's allowing me to do is just to hold back that sky a little bit and level up the exposure slightly with the foreground and the mountains as well in the background. Now, because the sun's hitting them directly, they're not actually that far out anyway. But it's just allowing me to create that really even exposure so that I haven't got massively blown out areas in my images. So I'm about to leave the brilliant fisherman's hotel that I'm stopping in tonight called the Fat Cod, and I've dressed up all nice and warm because it's got dark, and fingers crossed I'm going to go see some Northern Lights. Now, I'm not sure if I'll be able to film too much while I'm out there, but hopefully I'll have some amazing images to show you. And I wasn't left disappointed. Swirling and streaking overhead, the Northern Lights are truly a natural wonder. Beautiful to the human eye, they looked magnificent when captured with a long exposure. I sat watching them and taking photos for hours. So after last night's breathtaking Aurora, I thought I'd get up this morning, get to the car and drive on to the next part of Senja that I'm staying in. But before I even got to the vehicle, I spotted a brilliant opportunity to start putting the autofocus system of this camera through its paces a little bit more. Now, it's got the same autofocus system as the D5 and the D500. That's 153 autofocus points, of which 99 are the most accurate cross type. And of course, it's got Nikon's 3D tracking. So just like all those cameras which have been really critically acclaimed on their autofocus performance and ability to track moving subjects, this thing is exactly the same. And I've got some really nice shots that I'm quite happy with here. Now, also, it's not just the autofocus speed of this camera which is really quite impressive. Because it's got a wider autofocus area, when I have been out and about shooting landscapes, I've been able to focus on parts of the scene that otherwise I may have struggled to a little bit, or at least would have had to have manually focused them before. Now I can just move that autofocus point down a little bit, select my area that I want to focus on, and the camera does the hard work for me. So, you know, if you're looking at moving up from the D810, the autofocus system of this camera is definitely going to be one of those areas where you're going to notice some real benefits. So I'm just about to take a hike up Segla now, which is the second highest mountain on the island of Senja. It's not the largest mountain, I think it's only between 600 and 700 metres tall, but it is really steep in places, so it's going to take around about an hour and a half to climb up. But I've been told it's all going to be worth it because at the top are some truly spectacular views. So I've packed my wide angle lenses and I'm really excited to see what I can see from up there. Now I've got up onto the ridge next to the mountain now. I'm not quite at the peak, but I've stopped because I've seen a really nice reflection of it in this little pool of water here. There's a little bit of wind, so it's not going to be quite that kind of crystal clear mirror reflection that I'd really like, but I think it's still a really nice shot. And the thing with this D850 is that with the massive resolution that it has, 45.7 megapixels, you know, you can really zoom in to every piece of detail in this scene. You know, I've been checking some of the images I've just shot on the back of the screen, and you know, every little rock on the side of the mountain, you can see the detail in. It's pretty impressive stuff. But I'm going to take a few more shots anyway. If I'm looking a little bit hot and sweaty, it's probably because I am. This climb was the steepest thing that I've done for a long time. But you know, these views are just so worth it. They're absolutely spectacular. About halfway up this climb, I realised I just wasn't going to make it with a tripod and my full camera setup, so I've kind of hidden those away somewhere, and hopefully they'll still be there on the way back down. Fingers crossed. But you know, this place is amazing. I mean, now I haven't got the tripod, I'm not probably going to be able to capture it in the way I wanted. I'm not going to be able to do any kind of panoramas or anything really to kind of show the true sense and scale of it. But you know, just seeing it with the human eye is absolutely amazing. So it's another morning in sunny Senja, and again, what a stunning view to wake up to. This place is just spectacular. My legs are aching a little bit after that mountain climb yesterday, so I don't think I'm going to be climbing any more mountains. But you know, everywhere you look here is a potential landscape shot, so I'm really looking forward to see what I can stumble across and what I can shoot. So I'm pretty much coming to the end of my time in Senja now. I'm hoping to see the Northern Lights again tonight, but tomorrow morning I'm going to have to get up and get back on a plane and go home, and that's going to be one painful journey to make. This place is truly spectacular, and I hardly feel like I've scratched the surface of all the amazing sights that this place has to offer. I feel like I've given the D850 a good workout though, you know, taken some shots that I'm really pleased with, and when I've dropped them onto the computer, you know, all the detail and all that resolution that you can really play with in its files is truly breathtaking. I think my only challenge now is going to be saving up to buy one of these things myself. It's a total beast. So for more information about the D850, visit wex.co.uk.